talk with different individuals from different backgrounds and industries, and just getting into a deep dive of some of the ups and some of the bullshit that they to go through, excuse me, to get to where they are today, man.
Oh, hey, listen, it's better to be seen than to be viewed. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So,
It's
man, where before we really get into the to the book and to everything, so where you let's get a little background on yourself. Where you from?
okay. I'm from just outside of Boston, Massachusetts. It was the biggest mistake of my life.
Oh,
I not going in the service. No, I quit college in 1966. Now this was the middle of the Vietnam War. Okay,
wow.
and there was, it was a very tough time, very difficult to imagine. But they in those days they had 2S student deferments. People were getting drafted and immediately drafted into the army and to go over to fight in the jungles of Vietnam. So naturally, that's not something I really wanted to do. But I went to college, right after high school. I was only 17. And after a few months, it was early November, I quit college. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't feel right. And I enlisted in the Air Force, and I was happy about that. I enlisted in the Air Force on a Tuesday, got drafted in the Army on a Friday. They didn't mess around. They knew that, they wanted people. But I went in the Air Force. What was the biggest failure was that I quit school. And I don't know if you've ever done this, but you make a decision. This was a youthful decision. I made the decision and I knew I screwed up, but
Yeah,
I had already set the wheels in motion. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And so, my classmates were throwing me a party. I was a pretty popular kid, blah, blah, blah. So I went to my father and I said, Dad, I quit school and enlisted in the Air Force. And he looked at me and he said, "You're stupid, just like your brothers. And you're a quitter." He said, "You're a quitter." So,
Oh,
Vince,
wow.
I'll tell you what, I'm a boxing fan and, Oscar De La Hoya, I don't know if you're familiar with Oscar.
I very
Okay.
well am.
And, his father, this guy had three different world championships and he didn't feel fulfilled because his father had put such a trip on him. Well,
Mhm.
anyway, after naturally, I was pissed off at my dad at that time, but I was more pissed off at myself. And so when I went in the Air Force, I swore to myself, nobody would ever call me a stupid again. Number one, nobody would ever call me a quitter. Yeah, it turned out to be the best motivator.